They have some bad matchups. Playing against Golden State requires maximum discipline. And even though that the Mavericks were one of the best defensive teams in the league over the last third of the season or whatever it was, it's a big ask for them. And the Warriors have rediscovered the rhythm that they really had early in the season. I don't really think it's a commentary on Dallas or Luka. I think this is more of a commentary on the Warriors. How do you see it? You've been there.
I think you're right. I think the one thing we've noticed that's really kind of separated the Warriors from the Grizzlies and the Mavs is just their ability to sense a moment when they know this is the moment that we need to pick it up and we can win this game. We saw in the third quarter against Dallas the other night where Dallas is just missing shots or whatever. But even like when Dallas is up 19 in game 2, and then all of a sudden they have all these open shots and they're just taking threes that are not making anything. They're not getting into paint. If you notice with Dallas, anytime they get into paint, good things happen. Like they're either going to draw a foul, they're either going to score, or they're going to kick it out and find a good open three, as opposed to one that they just come down and make the first pass and hit the three. So like the thing about the Warriors is you can see the championship DNA. You can see the championship experience from that core. And I think it's starting to rub off on the younger guys like Jordan Poole, where they are starting to sense these moments and then they take control of games. And that's the thing. The Warriors at the same time, you were just talking about the Phoenix Suns. I mean, they were able to take advantage of Memphis. Memphis gave them a really difficult time, even without Ja Morant. You think about the Phoenix Suns. I'm thinking from the standpoint of the Memphis Grizzlies, looking at had they somehow gotten that series to a 7th game and were able to pull that out somehow without Ja Morant, they could be looking at going to the NBA Finals. I think Memphis would have won this series against Dallas. And I think somebody tweeted that to Ja Morant. Ja Morant said 100%, like had they gotten past Golden State, they might be going to the NBA Finals. But I think
that's surprising. Ja having confidence on social media. I would have thought he said, no, we'll have to see. I don't know. It could have gone either way.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. What we're seeing though with Golden State is their championship DNA is coming out. They know, and that's the one thing though about this thing. They should know this moment right here. If they take care of business tonight, they will have over 1 week of rest. Game 1 of the NBA Finals is on June 2nd. That is unbelievable. That is like gold for them. To be
and they're guaranteed
Junior's banked up.
Yeah,
right?
And if they win,
out for tonight, so they need this type of rest.
If they win, they're guaranteed home court. I mean, they're guaranteed home court. So that's a factor too. They know that they'll rest and also be able to start at home. So just to point
they won't have to get on a plane for a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. That's huge.
Yeah, Kirk. I mean, I know that there's this desire for Luka to be able to carry his team. That was certainly what I wanted to see coming in. And right now people are kind of taking shots at the Mavericks. Boy, the supporting cast isn't good enough. It's still early in their cycle with Luka. I'm not gonna hit him, but I will say that the stat that I sort of walked away from in Game 3 was that Luka has 8 40-point games in the playoffs in his career now. He passed Dirk for most in Mavericks team history.
Yeah.
And they're 2-6 in those games. That says a lot about where the Mavericks are in this series, in this moment right now.
Yeah, I keep telling people this is Jordan versus Detroit, or maybe even LeBron versus Boston. Those early career series where you're up against the establishment, you're the upstart superstar. You're going to be fine, young man. You're going to be fine. But this is sort of the archetype in the hero quest in the NBA for one of the next main stars. The Golden State Warriors are just simply more thorough of a basketball team. They have too many weapons. We haven't even seen Klay Thompson really have that Klay Thompson game yet this series. They have Jordan Poole. Of course, they have Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and then Kevon Looney comes out and wins a game and has been so important for this team. They're just deeper. And I say this out of respect to the Mavs. Their supporting cast isn't good enough to get over this hump this year. They're very good. They deserve to be here, in my opinion. They won a Game 7 on the road against the defending Western Conference champions. But like Ohm alluded to, this is sort of also familiar from a Warriors perspective. This is a very heliocentric offense they're facing. This is a dribble. I'll figure you out. And if you help on me, I'm going to find an open shooter. That is the James Harden Rockets. And what we're seeing in a familiar refrain is those open shots aren't going in. Ohm already hit this, but the Dallas is shooting 33% in this series on wide open threes. That's not good enough. They made 48% of them in the last round, 46% of them in the first round. And so, Maxey really didn't look confident when he got the ball in that last loss. Those are the kinds of supporting players at home that you need to be making those shots. My friend Matt Bonner, when the Spurs, when that ball finds you and you're open in the playoffs, you need to make those shots. If you want to beat the Golden State Warriors, you can't shoot poorly from behind the three-point line, especially when you're wide open, because this is a defense that doesn't give you a lot of opportunities like that. So ultimately, yeah, I think it's Golden State's defense more than it's Dallas's offense. I want to give them credit. They have sort of come into form here, Brian. But yeah, this is just the championship DNA. They're a more thorough team, and they're going to win this series largely because they're more complete than the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, people talk about the depth of the Warriors, and Andrew Wiggins has played very well. He played great, one of the best games he's played all season in Game 3. This is the thing you have to point out about the Warriors. Andrew Wiggins is at best their fourth best player. On some nights, he's their seventh best player. He makes $33 million. The fourth best player on the Warriors makes $33 million. And this is the thing. The Warriors have done a really good job of acquiring and retaining talent, but they spend a ton of money. For 3 or 4, maybe 5 years ago, I'm not sure exactly what year it was, they surpassed the Lakers in terms of their revenue to become the number one revenue team in the league. That was still when they were in Oracle. This arena is one giant money generation machine.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.